Hey y'all. So I actually made a video already today that I haven't posted yet because I don't know, I'm feeling some type of way about it, I think. I am either experiencing a very extreme case of PMDD or perimenopause. I'm not exactly sure which one. All I know is that my cycles are hell right now, and I don't even mean physically, because I've gone through really difficult periods my entire life. I first started my period when I was 8 years old, and from 8 years old until continuously now, not so much now, maybe a year or two ago, honestly, I had really, really extremely painful periods. Now, they're not so painful, but where the extreme pain was, it shifted to extreme fatigue. Like, you'll notice when I do my videos, like look at me now compared to me even just last night, a week ago. My demeanor, my energy level is clear to me, at least, that I'm tired. I am tired. My body is physically shutting down, honestly. But more so than the physical, the fatigue, the extreme fatigue is my hormones are everywhere, y'all. Like, I am emotional. I have the most emotionally irrational thoughts and feelings the week before my actual cycle starts. Like, so I have PMS, post-menstrual symptoms. I have PMS for an entire week, and then I actually start to bleed and, go through that portion of the period. But for that first week, man, it is hell for me. Like, I want to cry about everything. Like, I was walking across my house today and the floor was sticky. I have hard floors, and we sweep and mop legit 2 to 3 times a day, maybe more, honestly. Probably literally it's more than that. We sweep and mop all day long, and I was walking and it was sticky in one spot, and I just got so frustrated that it just made me want to cry. Like, that's what I mean by irrational. So extreme on the irrational. Like, what? You know what I'm saying? It's like that with everything. Like, so for that week, I'm so wrinkled. This sweater is so wrinkled, y'all. I'm sorry. So for that week, I don't want to be bothered with people, but also I don't want to bother people. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that I'm being irrational. I know that what I'm feeling is literally just my hormones raging in confusion. And I don't want to project this onto anybody else. So I stay to myself. And because it's literally, I'm having 2 weeks worth of period every month. So I have 2 good weeks out the month. So for those 2 good weeks, I'm grinding out, doing everything I got to do, because then for the next 2 weeks, I don't want to be bothered. I'm in my own want to be bothered zone. So considering I'm already an introverted recluse, me feeling like this makes me only want to go within even more. I don't come out too much. Like, I don't have the energy, the time, really, because I only have half the month to do what needs to be done. Because for these 2 weeks, I ain't no good. Like, I ain't gonna get too much of shit done. Like, when I know I feel like this, I am preparing. It's like, okay, let me do some grocery shopping. Let me do laundry. Let's get the girls' hair done. Whatever it is I need to do that I can knock out the way and ignore for another week or so, I'm gonna do that. It's almost like when you're pregnant and you're about to have a baby and you start nesting. I know it's coming, so it's like, let me get my household in order real quick. I want to share this journey with y'all. I want to talk to women who are also experiencing these symptoms. Legit, how is everybody managing friendships and relationships and jobs and things when you're going through so many extreme changes mentally, physically, emotionally so often. Like, what are we doing about this? What's being done about this? You know, what are your doctors saying that actually makes sense? You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all, I'm so frustrated and irritable, and I probably should be having this conversation when I'm not already in this space, because I'm a little bit more logical. But when I'm not in this space, I don't want to think about this shit. I don't want to talk about it. I have 2 teenage daughters, and do you know what happens at the same time? All of us are on our menses at the same damn time. Okay, so when we not on, I don't want to talk about this shit, but it needs to be talked about. So here it is. Let's talk about it. Anybody else have PMDD or perimenopause or any other menstrual cycle related issues? Yes, I've had cysts on my uterus and they burst a few times. I've done a few detox treatments, you know, with like the yoni pearls that have made a lot of cysts come out or a lot of tissue come out. I've done a lot of cleansing and I've tried a lot of things. And also, let me also say that I've had my tubes tied, and I've heard that having your tubes tied could also result in some of the symptoms that I'm experiencing. So if your tubes are tied, also tell me, like, what have you experienced? Like, how has it been? Because I didn't think that I was experiencing anything. I thought that I was perfectly fine for my tube ligation, but maybe this is it, you know? Maybe these are some things. Like, let's talk about it, because obviously nobody's telling us these things. Black women and health, I think it's scary. It's scary. Our health is something that's not being discussed enough, except in spaces where we're discussing how we're not being cared for correctly. So I'm never about trying to make somebody see me and do right by me. I'm always looking for the solution. Fuck what they talking about. Like, what can we do? How do we fix ourselves? Because we're all our own healers. And let's figure this out, ladies. What's up?